Good morning. It is a foggy, overcast day. It's been like this all week. Actually, it's a little bit lighter today than normal for fog in the Alberni Valley. And I'm going to try to find some sun above it today. So I'm going to bike from our house up to McClean's Mill. From McClean's Mill, probably go up the McClean's main line to what I call Estuary Lookout, looking over Estuary Lake and Mount Marks. And from that point, I'm going to, I think maybe I'll try to make my way over to Loon Lake and see where I get from there, which is on the top of the Alberni Hump, which is the actually official name is Somas Summit. But anyways, I'm going to be doing it on my trusty steed here, which is a Surly Krampus. So got some layers, got some food. Let's see how far we can go. Anyways, we'll follow along for this if you want, and we'll see where we get to. Gotta do some country roads to get to the trails around here. Still in the fog. Now reached McClean's Mill, which is a National Historic Site. A mill that ran, I guess, in the mid-19th century. So 1950s and such. It was a steam-powered mill with old steam-powered donkeys for moving logs and such. And they have an old mill pond. There's their new tourist information area. Anyways, we'll go through here before we hit the actual logging roads and trails. There's the old steam-powered sawmill and the old houses for people to stay in, and cook houses. And then the old forgery where they made stuff. And then the frozen mill pond to feed the mill. Looks like we have to go quite a ways up the mountain to get into the sun. You can start seeing the mountain there with the fog sitting on it. And we're on dirt. coming onto the log train trail, which is part of the Vancouver Island Trail Network. That goes south to north and north to south. So this is the log train trail. Alberni Valley log train trail. Goes that way, north, and that way south. And if you look at the old sign here, we're going up the Beaufort Range is what we're doing. Time to head up. Yep, there's going to be some hike-a-bike in this thing. Getting close to being out of the fog. Not sure if you can see that. That's blue sky up there. You can see all the frost. It's about -3 right now, Celsius. So, loving it. Woo! Made it into the sun above the clouds. Yeah. Awesome. Feels good after a week of under the fog. There we go. Just above the clouds of the Alberni Valley, or the fog layer. It's beautiful from up here, but when you're under it, it's heavy. Anyways, made it. It's worth the effort. Still got a ways to go to get to the lookout over estuary. But my trusty steed, it's getting me there. Right on. Well, welcome to Estuary Lookout. I guess we don't get to see the lake because it's right down below. Made it down to Lacey Lake here. It's one of the reservoirs for the Alberni Valley, for the town. Usually you see some waterfowl on the lake, loons and such, which can be pretty cool listening to them. I think there's actually some ducks right out there. Yeah, just a beautiful, another beautiful spot in the valley. Back into the sun. Woo! Gotta like that. Aerosmith Mastiff. Gorgeous up here, just gorgeous. Loon Lake main gate. It's a fun one. Well, made it to Loon Lake. Just down this road, a couple hundred feet here. Parking lot. It's a great place if it freezes over, you can actually go skating. So that's pretty cool. I wonder if it's been that cold. Well, it's frozen. Hello. Stock since the 1920s. How about that? Lake's frozen, give it a little bit more and you can skate on it. Next section is from the top of the hump at Loon Lake. Cameron. Down Cameron, Maine. Back into the fog on the Loon Lake connector, probably be in fog all the way back into town via the Cameron, Maine, which is about 9 kilometers that way. And it's quite a bit colder once you're in this fog. You can see down there, everything's still frozen. And it's afternoon now. So if it had sun on it, it'd probably be melted a bit. Anyways, it's a good round trip. Heading on to the Cameron, Maine, down to Cameron Shop. So it's mostly downhill, thankfully. But yeah, it's foggy and cold. Well, it looks like we're finally underneath the fog, so that's kind of nice. It's not snowing at times, but there is frozen fog coming down out of the sky, which is kind of cool. It's been a great ride so far. In and out of the fog, up and down the mountains and stuff. So it's been fun. Only a couple kilometers until I hit pavement again by the Cameron Shop. Yeah, it's been good. All right. Heading off to Cameron, Maine. Almost on pavement. couple kilometers from town. Gotta love the end on a hill though. LOL. Someone had fun making that. Huh. That's pretty awesome. Well, where am I at now? 38 kilometers in. Just getting back onto pavement after probably a good 25 of gravel. That's been fun. Still probably have, I don't know, maybe 15 kilometers to get home on pavement. Well, that's all right. The weather's pretty good, so happy about that. It's been a fun day. Back in town and under the fog layer. Alberni Inlet. We did one heck of a loop today. I think right now I'm at about 47 kilometers or so. I still probably have about 6 to get home, so a little over 50. So good ride, good ride. Old Soulmass Mill site. I'm almost home. Another block, and I'm there. It's a little, so I'm at 54.2 kilometers with 1,062 meters of gain today. So, pretty nice ride.